Last year, I had predictions for how my life was going to go during that year, and it mostly went that way. This year, I've started to predict how it's going to go, and not much of a pattern. Only a week has passed, but it seems to be going about roughly to schedule. So this year, I have the first about 2 months, about 2 month period. You know, the no exact dates, just roughing it in. But first 2 months are going to be exploring the tools that I had set out last year, that I discovered, was pulling them together, kind of writing down some descriptions, how I felt about them, started making videos about them even, but never really fully embodied and never fully made a part of me. So the first 2 months, I'm exploring that. Gives me about 3 days per each tool, and a few days even for days off, or if I get stuck up on something. So I plan for that, and that's going to be about 2 months, and I'm on schedule. I did the first two in the first 6 days of the year, and now I'm on to the third one. Then I'm going to have about a month or two. This one's it shouldn't take too long. It's more of just a matter of how fast I want to go, and I like to do things sometimes a little bit slow, let it simmer out, right? But that's going to take about a month. What that is, I like to use the metaphor of Christianity, whatever, accepting Jesus. It's not 100% fit. That's not exactly what it is, but it's a close enough description that that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of accepting some things that are very, very important to me. And I've struggled with accepting them in the past, but it helps me move on from that. And that is that I'm not going to be able to do everything in this life, that I have to choose. Some things, I can't specialize in. I can't get like 20 degrees and specialize in everything. That, some things have already been done, like the wheel's already been invented in my life. And that's been always tough. I've always loved doing things from the very start. And that's one of the reasons why I'm coming up with tools like to see reality from the basic level. I got to that point, and thankfully it helped me realize that no matter what I do, I'm participating in reality, so I could do anything. It's freeing to understand that, but I haven't really gone through anything ceremonious to sit down and accept that. That's my accepting Jesus kind of thing, accepting that my sins are forgiven and I can move on. I can focus on right now instead of trying to focus on inventing how rope works and inventing atoms. I like the quote by Carl Sagan, to create an apple pie from scratch, you first have to invent the universe. And that leads to a long wait time to have anything delectable. So accepting that is kind of me moving on and being able to make the things that I want to make, and accept that I don't have to worry about all the beginning stuff. And then the rest of the year, that's the fun part. That's me simply using the tools that I'm setting out right now, and have set out and embodying using them to create games, because that's the specialization I know I want. There's some specific games that I know that I want to create and have done. And once I'm able to create those games, I'm kind of able to move on from it. So I have some, basic games that I want to make just to test out these tools, make games about them. But then I also want to create some specific games that I've kind of had in my head since I was little. Get those done and out of my life. Not out of my life. Get those out of my head. They need to get out of here and into my life. So I'll do that, and also get good at programming, kind of specialize in that a little bit. And there we go. Then I'd get to start next year off with a lot of skill and with a lot of self-love, a lot of self-understanding, and whatever the word is for confidence. There we go. A lot of confidence that I haven't always been able to have in my abilities, because I will trust them from the ground up. So that's how I predict this year's going to go, and also what I've been doing for the first few days, setting out those tools. Anyways, I'm going to get going. I still have plenty of work to do for this year. See you guys around, and seize your life.